Presentation for the k nearest neighbor. So this is a neighbor class, and that neighbor class it has the user ID and the coefficient, and we're going to use it for the priority queue to sort. So here we're going to read all our documents. Then here in the k nearest function, sorry, the k nearest class, the k nearest neighbors class, this is where we're going to do most of our learning. So to calculate the predicted rating, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to compute the Pearsons. So we're going to do that here, and here the first thing we're going to do is to get all the users that have rated a particular item, the correlated items as well. Then we're going to compute the Pearson's coefficient, create a neighbor object, add it to the queue. Then the next thing we're going to do is, with that, we're going to call the closest neighbors. So we're going to give it a queue of neighbors and the k, and we're going to get the top k neighbors. Then after that, we're going to now compute the predicted ratings, and the predicted ratings is here, and we're going to do a weighted average of the numerator will be the sum of the coefficients, and the denominator is the ratings of that item times the coefficients, and we're going to sum it for all those neighbors, and we're going to get the weighted average. So let me show you. Okay, no, let me explain the closest k neighbors. So the closest k neighbors is just accepts the closest k neighbor. We're going to get all the items that haven't been rated by this particular user, and we're going to compute compute the Pearsons and get all the neighbors, and we're going to add it to a set so that we don't have any duplicates in case one of the neighbors rates two of the non-rated album things, and we're going to add it to a queue, and we're going to pop off the queue and get only the ones we need and return an answer. So that's how we're going to do that. And the other thing is the top recommendations. So the top recommendations, we're going to get all the items that haven't been rated, and we're going to call the predict rating method so we can get those ratings, and we're going to rank the ratings in the priority queue, and we will now return the amount of neighbors that we need. So let me show you part of the code. So for the k nearest neighbors, we have a UI here, and you press 1 if you want to do the k nearest neighbor. We'll enter. So we're going to do 35 and 10, and you can see we have gotten it here. Then let me do 39. Oh no, sorry. 39. Oh, let me do no. It's a mistake. So let me do okay, 39 and 10. You can see the neighbors. Then we can also do the predicted rating. So predicted rating, you press a 2. Then we do 35, 0 for the item, and 5 for the k. You can see the predicted rating here. And for recommendation, we'll use the 3. So press 3, and when you press the 3, we can, okay, let me do 35 and 20. Then the number of recommendations, you can see the names of the books. And for the mean absolute error value, press the 4, and we can do, let's do for k equals 5, and you see we get the MAE. And how we calculate the MAE is that we're going to loop through all the items that have been rated by all the testing, by all the test data, and we're going to compare it with the actual ratings, and we are going to compute an average an average of those absolute values, and that's how we get our ratings. And I think that should be all. Okay.